Well, just a few days ago, the Catholic Church released the names of a dozen Indiana priests accused of sex abuse spanning decades. And tonight, we're hearing from one of the victims. In fact, he shared his story after years of silence. Tonight at 6 o'clock, our own Jenny Runovich shows us how poetry is helping him to heal.
It was really a cathartic process.
His words brought healing.
But if people can summon what it takes to tell the truth, they can live together and help others find their voice.
But it took 50 years for this former Indiana Poet Laureate to find his voice. 50 years to publicly reveal his secret of sexual abuse by a priest.
I felt an obligation to speak for my fellow survivors. And then the poems just came, 325 in a 12-month period.
Norbert Krapf has written 2 books, hundreds of poems, and now a play about the abuse he suffered as a child from his parish pastor. Just last week, the Diocese of Evansville released a list of priests with credible accusations of sexually abusing children. That includes Othmar Schrader, Krapf's abuser in Jasper, with at least 18 confirmed victims. Many similar crimes worldwide were covered up by the Catholic Church for decades.
The cover-up almost becomes worse to deal with than the actual abuse in many ways. A community has to recover as much as an individual has to recover. And if you don't, if you pretend that nothing happened, it only festers and gets worse, and it affects exponentially so many generations, really.
The Vatican just held a 4-day summit on sex abuse, but Krapf wanted more. He says abusive priests should be prosecuted.
Coming clean and bringing people to justice who were such abusers and such deceivers.
Until then, Krapf continues to share his truth.
One woman wrote to me and said, "Thank you for giving me the language to talk about my abuse."
To help survivors heal.
Now, Monsignor Schrader died in 1988 before any of the abuse was reported, so he was never charged, never punished. Norbert Krapf has gone through therapy, and he's really trying to help survivors with his work. That new play, based on his poetry, will debut in June through Indy Fringe. Scott?